Summary of Going Places by A.R. Barton. The story of Going Places follows young Sophie, who utilizes her creative imagination to escape her gloomy family situation. Sophie tells her friend Janzi on the way home from school that she wants to own a shop or be an actor when she grows up. Janzi tells Sophie that her goals are too big and that she needs to be more realistic. When Sophie gets home, she says that if she ever gets rich, she will buy a store. Her father, mother, and little brother Derek all laugh at her and say that she is always unrealistic about money and the future. Sophie feels a tightening in her throat when she looks at her small house, where her worn-out mother cleans piles of dirty dishes and cooks for her grimy husband. She leaves the room to find her bigger brother Jeff. She thinks that Jeff could save her from the monotony of her life because she thinks that he lives a strange and exciting life, going to places in the city she doesn't know about and meeting interesting people. Jeff doesn't seem to live the life that Sophie thinks he does, though. Instead, he seems to be a shy homebody who loves the football player Danny Casey. Sophie tells Jeff that she met Danny Casey and that he asked her out on a date. She does this to impress him. Even though Jeff doesn't believe her story at first, it starts to make sense as she tells it to her father and Janzi. The more she tells this story, the more complicated it gets, but no one seems to really believe her, maybe not even Sophie. Sophie waits on a bench for Danny Casey on the night she said they would meet. She seems to think he might show up. Sophie isn't completely out of touch with reality, though. For a short time, she realizes that Danny Casey isn't coming and that this is sad, not because she wanted to see him, but because she'll have to tell her family that he didn't come and they'll be able to get rid of her again. She thinks they doubt me, as they always have, and there's not much she can do to change that. Sophie sees her father's bike near the pub as she walks back home to her sad life. She goes back into her dreams and imagines Danny Casey getting a goal in front of a cheering crowd. Casey is a lot like Sophie in this fantasy. He is no taller and no bolder than she is. Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.